the first ever solo gig.
Shout out to Houston's remarkable band musicians. On my left, Phil Arbor on keyboards. Alan Schwartzberg drums. Tony Adams bass. Jimmy Whalen percussion. Steve Hunter guitar. Larry Bass was the synergy of synthesizers. And the immaculately obscure Dusty Rhodes on guitar.
Peter Gabriel's first performance as a solo artist took place at the Capitol Theater in Passaic, New Jersey, on either March 2, 3, or 5, 1977. A somewhat surprising addition to the tour was Robert Fripp, who had played on the album and joined as a live guitarist under the alias Dusty Rhodes. Fripp, known for his distaste for the traditional rock tour experience, often positioned himself behind the amplifiers or even off stage. He preferred to be introduced as the completely unknown Dusty Rhodes. The exact date of Gabriel's first solo performance remains uncertain, with sources citing March 2, 3, or 5. Regardless of the precise date, the opening of the show was both deliberate and striking. Gabriel took the stage alone, performing Here Comes the Flood with only his voice, piano, and Fripp's guitar. It was a bold statement, shedding the elaborate masks and costumes of his Genesis days and presenting himself simply as a musician, dressed in jogging clothes. This intensive focus on the eponymous perhaps bespeaks of ego, perhaps humility. It also maybe signifies the deceptively straightforward presentation Gabriel would offer the world shorn of the makeup and costumes of his Genesis days. He might appear to have become another earnest, balladeering singer-songwriter. Yet that first, 1977, solo outing was as imaginative, baroque, and gleefully experimental as his previous work. His expansive musical vocabulary gave the first Peter Gabriel what Stereogum calls a purposefully eclectic, anything-flies approach to songcraft that sometimes worked, sometimes did not. While Gabriel may have ditched the flamboyant on-stage persona, he never abandoned his visual flair. The full band joined in for the second song, On the Air, with its driving synths instantly energizing the crowd. Moribund the Burgermeister, which some saw as a callback to his Genesis style, felt a bit rigid in its live rendition, but Salisbury Hill, his first solo hit, resonated with the audience, particularly with American fans who had discovered him through the song. Live, the tracks sounded less orchestrated than on the album, leaner, punchier, and more aggressive. Alongside his solo material, Gabriel included a few unexpected cover songs in the set. Marvin Gaye's Auntie That Peculiar paid tribute to his love of soul music. while the Kinks' All Day and All of the Night was performed with a raw, heavy edge. The mostly American backing band was not only professional but also visibly enjoying themselves, especially during the R&B cover. The atmosphere on stage was relaxed and playful, something that even well-established bands sometimes struggle to achieve live. Gabriel himself seemed to revel in the experience. The new Peter Gabriel, the solo artist, had, as he put it in the first album's big single, Salisbury Hill, walked right out of the machinery of Genesis' excessive presentation. That song, still one of his most memorable, has been covered by everyone from Lou Reed to Erasure. Speaking to his strength as a songwriter, the tune with perhaps the broadest appeal is also one of his most personal, purportedly about his decision to leave Genesis. For the encore, Gabriel returned to the stage in Rail's signature leather jacket, jeans, and t-shirt to perform back in New York City from The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, though he left behind Genesis that made him famous, but he still pays tribute to them in his first solo concert's finale. At the close of the set, below, he ends with a Genesis song, Back in New York City. It doesn't feel out of place at all, proving perhaps that, even without the makeup, as all music writes, Peter Gabriel was undeniably the work of the same man behind The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. He was well aware that fans expected both his solo material and some Genesis songs. Throughout the show, some attendees had expressed disappointment at the minimal staging and the exclusive focus on his solo work. However, when he launched into Back in New York City, the audience erupted, leaving them wanting more. And they got it. Peter Gabriel went on to become a hugely successful solo artist with a unique and ever-evolving career. Looking back today, his time with Genesis is merely a footnote in a career that firmly established him as one of the most distinctive voices in music history.